Hi, I'm Patrick Brys, and today we're going to learn my secret for the perfect thin crust pizza on In the Kitchen at Brys Estate. Well, everyone loves a good thin crust pizza, but what's the secret to that crispy crust? Well, today I'm going to share with you my secret for the perfect thin crust pizza: store-bought tortillas. They crisp up perfectly in the oven, and you'll never know it was a tortilla. You can make these any night of the week. It's the perfect thin crust pizza. So tonight I've invited our winemaker Koenraad Stassen and his lovely wife Lindsay over for pizzas, and he's bringing the wine. So I thought today we'd start with a more traditional pizza. Now you want to start with your burrito-sized tortilla. We're going to put a little layer of sauce on there. So I like pizza sauce. It's a little thicker. You're not going to want to use tomato sauce. It's going to be way too runny. And again, it's just maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons. That's about it. And you're just going to push this around, kind of get it out to the edge, but leave a little edge for your crust. Next, we're going to just do a little bit of cheese. Just kind of a light sprinkle of cheese. That's going to help all of our toppings kind of stick together. Next, we're going to do a little bit of mushrooms. So I love shiitake mushrooms, a lot of kind of woodsy flavor. And, we're just building kind of a traditional deluxe pizza. Green pepper gives a little bit of brightness to it. And then pepperoni. Who doesn't like pepperoni, right? So we're going to go ahead and put a couple layers of pepperoni on, a couple slices of pepperoni. And I love goat cheese. So goat cheese, we're just going to put a couple dollops of goat cheese on there. And those are going to melt and give kind of little creamy bites to the pizza. And some red onion. All right, and last is cheese. So we've got some mozzarella cheese. I prefer to grate it myself. That cheese in the bag has been there for a while and it gets kind of dried out. So when you fresh grate it, it's going to melt so much nicer for you. All right, so it looks great. 425 degrees for about 15 minutes until the cheese is nice and brown and that crust is nice and crispy. Put this in. Wonder what wines Koenraad has picked out for us tonight.
So Patrick has invited us over for pizza tonight, and I decided to pick 2 wines, both a little different. The first one is going to be a Cabernet Franc Merlot blend, and that's going to go great with the earthy tones of whatever Patrick dishes up. And then the second wine is going to be our Lucky Red, which is a blend of 3 different red varietals. And this has a little more sweetness, and that's going to go great with caramelized onions, sausage, things like that. So very excited to pair these 2 wines with the pizzas tonight.
Wow, this looks amazing. So I'm just going to transfer this onto the board here. Top this with a little bit of arugula, which is kind of like a nice peppery lettuce. And it's time to slice this up. Okay, well, I'm going to dig into this here. Crunchy, crispy. Taste the goat cheese. Now there's a million ways that you can make pizza. Let me show you a couple others. So let's start with an asparagus, prosciutto, and goat cheese pizza. So here I take some store-bought alfredo sauce, just a tablespoon or so. Next is a little prosciutto. Prosciutto is amazing. It crisps up in the oven. It tastes like bacon. Then we're going to add some asparagus that I've chopped up and tossed with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Next is some fresh mozzarella. It's going to melt, be creamy and amazing. Also a little bit of goat cheese, just a couple dollops. Finally, some salt and pepper. When it's all done, top with a little chopped basil. Next, let's do a sausage, fennel, and fontina pizza. For this, I drizzle a little olive oil on a burrito-sized tortilla, add some sautéed sweet Italian sausage, also a little fennel and red onion that I've sautéed with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Next is some fontina cheese that I grated, and a little salt and pepper. When it's done, garnish with some fresh fennel fronds. Last, let's do a truffle oil, shiitake mushroom, and ricotta pizza. Start with a little truffle oil. This stuff is amazing. Add some sliced shiitake mushrooms, fresh mozzarella, some fresh ricotta cheese, sprinkle on some fresh thyme leaves, and drizzle on some roasted garlic. A little salt and pepper tops it off, and it's ready to go. For today's recipe and many others to pair with our wines, visit brysestate.com.